Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Tales of the TMNT Volume 2, issue number 36, Serve and Protect. So, with this issue, it was one which I was not really too sure what to expect. I remember reading this one, or I think I looked through this one a long time ago, so I had a brief idea what to really expect, and going through this one, it was a really unique one, because this one was dealing with the events of City at War, and then was doing it in a unique way, which I found to be really fascinating, really interesting. And I feel like the only problem with this one is the fact that we know where things go after City at War, and I think that's the only problem that's really holding this issue back. But I think other than that, this issue is a really great one to really develop the whole storyline of the Foot Clan, the Turtles and stuff like that in a really interesting direction. But I feel like because we already know the future for the timeline and all that, it does bring it down a little bit, because it's just like, okay, so it ends like that, huh? Okay, moving on. So yeah, let's get into this one. Okay, so do first start off with this cop. He's going around trying to search for answers about some clues about what happened to the East Side Mascara. I'm not sure how to really say it, but basically he's talking about the City of War stuff when all the fights were breaking out on the streets between the Foot, the robots, the assassins and stuff like that. And we do get to see that some of the Foot soldiers are left dead, except from one. And we do find some pieces of detailed shell, and we do all take that back to the police station. Now, back at the police station is where things it gets, I don't know, really interesting for quite a few reasons. So for the first thing is that they're trying to talk to the Foot, but he's not saying anything. But then for some reason he does speak a bit of English, and this tells him all to go away and I'll speak to the main one and all that. So the cops go into another room to just talk things out about the Foot and all the street gangs and street wars and stuff like that. And then, oh boy, this is where things get so much more interesting, because this is when the Foot break into the headquarters, turn off all the lights, they kill the other Foot guy, and they start to kill everyone in the police station. And I was just shocked by this, because I was not really expecting this, and not really expecting anything this dark, but I loved it a lot. And we even do get to see the Turtles. They come in, they're in these new get-ups now, they're in full ninja gear, which I was quite surprised by that, because I would have thought that this would have been something which they were not explored, just because I know that with the Turtles wearing clothes and all that, it wasn't something really that popular until 2014 with the Michael Bay movies and stuff like that. And I feel like it was only a few times before that, but it wasn't really anything to talk about. I feel like something like this for just a weird special one-off mission, this feels a little bit weird, but I do like it because it does add a little I don't know, something about it just adds something to the ninja side of the Turtles, which I do like. And we do get to see throughout this whole thing, the characters going just going from one room to the next, fighting Foot soldiers, and it's just so intense. And I was just not really expecting it, because I was expecting this to be a normal issue, but nothing really like this. And it really does feel like an old Mirage issue. I want to say something like, I want to say issue number 10, the one where they had to fight the Foot in April's apartment. It really does remind me a lot of that in a way, with just how brutal the fights are, and just, just all out action, and I just love it, and things getting from bad to worse. It is just amazing, and I was just not really expecting it, just because normally this kind of story I would expect something from Peter Laird or Kevin Eastman or something like that, but not from someone different. So I was just completely blown away by all this. But then after that, we do get to see the Turtles. They come out into the car park area, and we do get to see one of the cops from earlier. She's revealed to be part of the Foot Clan. Oh my god. Okay, so that's new. It was unexpected. I'll give them that. I think the only problem with it is just the fact that no one really cared about her character. She's not really an important character. I don't think she appears ever again. So I feel like had this been a bit more of oh my god, I can't believe it's her, I can't believe she's part of the Foot. But no, it's just who? So there's that. But basically after all the fighting, the police come to help the police officer out, and there isn't really too much to it, but we do get to see police officer. He does need to go talk to Leonardo in April O'Neil's burnt apartment. Oh my god. So yeah, let's talk about that quickly. So yeah, how is that building not? Or how's that building still like being like burnt to the ground, not being built over or anything like that? I'm quite surprised by that. But in this bit here, I do find it to be really interesting and something which I was really getting excited for, like, in terms of like the possibilities and potential it does have for the future. But when realizing that, you know, they already have like the future set out for them, it does make this part feel just like a, oh, okay, so they're doing that, but I mean, you've already got the timeline and stuff, because in this bit here, I mean, Leonardo reveals to the cop everything about the Foot Clan and stuff like that. He reveals like the Turtles' origins, the war between the Turtles and the Foot Clan, and they're saying like basically the Turtles are trying to keep the peace and trying to stop the Foot Clan, and I do find this bit to be a really fascinating bit, and I do like the cop side of things where basically he wants to try to like keep the peace. He wants to do things like he wants to try and help Turtles out as much as he can from his end without actually doing anything. But I found this bit to be like already fascinating, interesting. But I think the only problem with this bit here, which I said before, is that I do feel like because I don't know, I feel like because we already know how the future plays out for this timeline and stuff like that, but Turtles like do get back to the Foot, they on like somewhat decent grounds and don't really fight each other. It does make this bit just seem like, huh? So okay, that's a thing. But I feel like this bit had like so much potential to do so many great and amazing things. We set up the wall with the Toes and the Foot and ending it and stuff like that. But because we already know how it's going to play out, it's just like, oh, okay, so we've done that. So it's just so annoying. I think that's the only problem I got with this bit here. It's just that we already know how it's going to play out, which is just annoying. But yeah, overall this whole issue was just so great and amazing. The artwork was, wow, yeah, I mean honestly the artwork was quite surprising for me, and normally I don't like black and white issues just because I don't know, something about them just doesn't really add too much to the detail or the artwork. It's just like, it's the artwork but not really too much to it, but I feel like the colour adds a lot more detail to the artwork. But with this issue, with the like shading, with the use of like the inks and stuff like that in this issue, it really did feel like a really dark issue in a way. And I honestly just couldn't believe the amazing artwork. And I feel like this issue like fits so much better as black and white, which I never thought I'd say this, but like it's just so bad as black and white. And yeah, wow, it was just so amazing. And then even with the story, I just thought, yeah, I feel like I've always explained it, but I do like the story, the dark, intense, action-packed issue, with amazing stuff to go forward with, but not actually really go anywhere with. I feel like this issue had like everything going for it, and I feel like this might be one of the best issues they've done, or it could potentially be the best issue. So yeah, wow, this issue was I was not really expecting to go into this issue liking it so much, but yeah, you know, I'm really tempted to reread this issue now. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. If you just please share, let's just grab another stuff. Goodbye, yo, and bye.